Hello, welcome to my second vlog. This is week 2, and as I was walking down to the car, it's like, what should I talk about? Oh my gosh, what should I talk about? Exercise. Exercise will be. I used to hate exercise. No, I didn't hate exercise. I just did exercise that I thought I was supposed to be doing, and I used to just hate it. And I'm really competitive, and if I didn't do it correctly, I stopped going. So for me, exercise is a massive thing that I've kind of been doing on and off in my life. And then a couple of years ago, I think it was November 2017, I did a gig with a friend of mine and she took a photograph of me, and oh my gosh, I was massive. So I made a vow to myself in that November I was going to start to look after myself, and I had already started to do a weekly Zumba class. I made the decision to go in to see a naturopath. And for those of you that don't know what a naturopath is, it's someone who looks at the whole body. They don't just, like a doctor, if you go to a doctor and you say, oh, I've got something wrong with my hips, but you may also have something wrong with your head, but you don't mention your head, so the doctor doesn't correlate your hips to your head. So I had lots of issues with like my digestive system, with being tired, lack of energy, kind of all that stuff. And what was really interesting, he checked the back of my neck and he said, Sam, you are living in your flight and fight mode. And I was like, my what? And he explained that in the back of your neck, you've got your immune system. And please, I'm no health expert, so don't quote me on this. He was saying you've got your nervous system. That's it, your nervous system in the back of your neck, and up here, okay, should be your rest and relaxation, okay, and down here is kind of like where your fight and flight mode is. Okay, so like when you get really, really scared, you should be living in 5% fight and flight, and 90% you should be in your rest and relaxation. He did something to my neck and I was like, ow, ow. And he's like, you're not resting, you're not relaxing. And the problem is if you continue living this way, you're going to get really, really ill, whether it be ME, kind of exhaustion or burnout, kind of all that type of thing. I walked away from that. I was like, wow, because I know I work a lot. I know I don't look after myself. I'm kind of one of those people, and I'm sure most mums are out there, where you've got to do everything else. You make it a priority to tidy the house, you make a priority to look after your children, to work. I didn't make myself priority at all. But I also have friends who have ME. I have friends who have completely lost careers because of exhaustion. So I knew I had to do something quite drastically. From that moment of seeing him, I really started to make an effort to rest and to relax, which is not the easiest things to do. I started to look after myself just a tiny bit, like literally a tiny bit. Like he said, like meditation, yoga, and I was like, yeah, I didn't do it. The last April I started to run, and I made it a priority just for Wednesdays and Thursdays to do Zumba and to do running. And that was the start of this journey that I've had over the past couple of years. Now, moving on, a year and a half later, I've lost over 1.5 stone of weight, I think I've lost. But more importantly, I'm now running twice a week, I'm Zumbaing, and I'm also just started yoga. I started yoga yesterday. And the reason why I was thinking about this is because my neck is really, really sore from yoga. But what yoga has taught me is about being. And it's not, every time I have gone to yoga in the past, it's been about like touching your toes, again, that competition. With this yoga, I'm doing Drew yoga at the moment. It's not about that at all. It's about the breathing. It's about the spiritualness of it. It's about the peacefulness, the mindfulness. And actually, when I'm doing Drew yoga, I don't actually feel like I'm doing any exercise. It doesn't hurt. The following day, I feel it. And I guess the reason why I wanted to share this vlog with you is that maybe you're like me a couple of years ago, where you don't look after yourself, and you kind of know you don't, and you take your time to prioritize everybody else but yourself. But the thing is that the only person that can look after you is you. And it took this naturopath to look me dead in the eye and say, if you don't change something, you're going to suffer with exhaustion. And I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, and I've still got a long, long way to go. But I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud that I've now got to 4 days a week of doing exercise, and I'm proud that I make that my priority. I very, very rarely cancel, and it's either because I have like an important course that's a one-off, or I've injured myself, or occasionally it's because I've got no money, but most of the time I find the money from somewhere. So I wanted to share with you how important exercise is, and obviously diet's important as well, but for me, exercise has been so crucial these past couple of years. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of share that with you, and have a lovely week, and comment below if you've gone through something similar or you want to. I hope it's been of help to you guys, and I will speak to you next week. All right, take care, bye.